Well, I spent the morning watching videos and reading the manuals, about this new camera. So Panasonic Lumix DMC FZ300. And turns out the sales guy was correct. This camera is, well, not 10 years, but it's actually probably 7 years old. But it looks like a pretty capable camera. So I'm recording in 4K because I want to compare how this camera records. And so, just like I mentioned before, I like the screen, and it has continuous recording, and you can set up different modes, and it has zoom up to 600 millimeters. And as you can see, I can hook up my my microphone, and then I can set up, I can see the histogram, and I can preview exposure. And here I can manually adjust the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. See, I adjusted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, testing. Like I can manually adjust the sensitivity, and it's all touch screen. And this, you can take pictures, you can do video, but right now I'm in a manual motion picture mode. But if I change this dial, I can go to, I can take pictures, and there's all kinds of filters in here, like creative filters. Well, there's actually a mode here with this little palette picture, and here, yeah, you can, for your pictures, you can go retro, old days, like kind of like almost what is it called, Fiji, like all these see sepia, monochrome, dynamic monochrome, rough monochrome, impressive art, high dynamic, all kinds of cool effects. And I think, because this camera is so small, I think it would be a great camera. Let me just go back to that picture. So I set here, because I set the camera to 4K, so it can do 1080p at 60 and 4K at 30. And then it has, if you want to do slow motion, you can briefly record at 120 FPS and even 250, but then if you do 250, then it becomes just VGA, like very low quality. But I see like I'm in shutter priority mode. Like, for example, I want to do a test video, so I don't care about my aperture for now. I just care about the exposure and the shutter speed, which is because I'm shooting at 30 FPS, so I want to see 60 in here, right? But there's a very easy, there's button here for exposure compensation. I can turn on and off here stabilizer, so it has an optical stabilizer. And then I can click this F2 button, and I can change the size of the focusing area. And then it also it has tracking, face recognition, like for a 2015 camera, it's pretty decent. So it's, unfortunately, it's very cold today, but I still want to go, and I hope it's not going to freeze. But I want to, what's the widest over here? I think it's like 24 millimeters, which is perfect, if I'm shooting myself. And what's confusing about this camera is that if you like this in live view and you point at something, it's not going to focus, because it says AFS. But so you can click on the shutter and it'll focus. But then if you click this recording button, and in the menu, by default, it says continuous focus on. So even though, like, if you preview like this, I remember it was confusing. This is my second kind of like Panasonic bridge camera. If I preview like this, it doesn't want to focus unless I push the shutter button, right? But as soon as I click this red button, record, it starts recording with the settings like 4K at 1/60th of a second, 30 FPS. And then as soon as I put something, see, and I can do touch focus, you know. This camera, you know, is surprisingly advanced. And then if I go to middle, see, I can move this like this. I can move the focusing point, or I can just go click display button here, or I can just touch something, you know. So which is perfect for, you know, YouTube, because if I want to do like a, you know, I put it on a tripod, right? And I just touch my face and just move the area to my face, you know, if I don't want a continuous focus, right? So that the camera doesn't do this sometimes. And so now let's say I want to go back. It's been very cold today. So I don't know, it's -17 right now. And I think the snow is starting because they said we're gonna have snow. So I don't want to go outside, honestly, because it's nasty. But maybe I'll just do a video right from here and just try to see how it focuses. But I figured, it took me a while, but I figured out the focus thing, how to do, how to let the camera do the focusing. And I you know, started all these different modes, watched a bunch of videos on YouTube. Well, one thing I did notice is that I kept it on pretty much whole morning, probably like 4 or 5 hours, you know, playing with menus and options. And I noticed that I lost one section on the battery level. And so I recharged it. So it looks like it's a pretty small battery. And it sits over here, actually a pretty decent, you know, sturdy door. And that's the SD card is right there. This is the battery, that's the SD card. Then you have to, like, it's pretty, you know, good quality all in all. And this is HDMI. So this camera, I can connect it directly to the TV. You know, if I do a video and I don't want to watch it on the computer, where of course I could just take the SD card out, plug it in to transfer the image, but I can directly use HDMI cable to hook it up to the TV, you know, which is pretty cool. And so you can do the zoom either here, wide, and what is it, F? What does it say? T, telephoto, or you can do it here with this. So a great little camera. I don't know, but it's all auto. Of course, it's a small sensor, so the ISO is not very good. This when it gets dark, it's not going to look very good. But again, you see, like, everything disappears on the screen. All you have to do is just touch this display button, and it gives you all these different options, like a level. You know, if you don't want the level, it gives you this, and then again, like a nice clean screen. And again, if I see that this goes too much to the left or to the right, I can just apply exposure compensation. So nice little camera. But yeah, let me probably go briefly outside. Probably should put my gloves on and just walk around the building briefly and just try to record myself. Okay. And the on off is a bit confusing here, but on off is here. Okay, let me just put it on a tripod so I can carry it. And I'm using this tripod over here. Just hook it up like this. The only thing with the tripod is that with the tripod on, you cannot open the battery compartment. See? And so I'm gonna carry it like this. So I'm gonna do a quick test shoot. All right. Let me get ready. So that seemed to work. So now we're just testing the audio. Check out how much snow we have. And it's still, so testing audio. 1, 2, 3, testing. It's a bit too close. I have to hold the camera pretty far. But I think it does focus. Does it focus? That's 648 millimeters. See, I can use touch focus, and it seems to be working fine. Now, by the way, I'm recording in a cinematic mode. It's kind of like a setting on a 4K. You can choose. So I'll see the details on this on the computer, but it looks okay here. Doesn't want to focus on the crane. Well, that's my test so far. Man, it's cold.